LBJ ordered 10 of these watches. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. He ordered 10 Patek Philippe's to give out as gifts when he was a senator. I mean, that's like... Welcome back, watch fans. Today we're talking about a very special Patek Philippe, which could be at the heart of the JFK assassination conspiracy. That's right, the JFK assassination conspiracy. Now, this Patek Philippe is coming up for auction May 11th in Geneva. This is the Phillips auction. And this is a fascinating watch. Take a look at this dial. You've never seen a dial like this before. Why? Well, it's got an interesting inscription. It says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? Let's take a look. And by the way, this is also retailed by Tiffany. That's right. This is a Tiffany dial. As you can see up at the top, it says Tiffany. So that, of course, that adds value, but it gets much better. So this was sold in 1956. And let's take a look at this catalog description. This is amazing because what you find out here is that this watch, right, this was one of 10 ordered by Lyndon B Johnson. That's right, LBJ, who became the president. Now, LBJ in 1956, when he ordered this, he was just a senator. And as the catalog description says, he ordered 10 of these to give out to close friends and associates. Let's pull that up. Yeah, there we go. To give out to 10 to close friends and associates. Now, this is really interesting. You know, what's really interesting about this is, again, you know, Patek Philippe, even in 1956, this was not a cheap watch. You know, in today's dollars, this probably would have been, let's just say, $30,000 or more. Maybe to do a custom doll could be 50 grand. Who knows? And he ordered 10 of these. So you're talking about 500 grand. And this guy's a senator, right? This is not Nancy Pelosi, you know, where she's you know, making, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars trading on inside information. Back then, you know, it was much harder to do that type of thing. I mean, you didn't have as many opportunities. So where would this guy get that type of money? And even if he had it, I mean, that's a pretty significant investment to spend, you know, let's call it, you know, 400 grand on gifts to 10 close friends. Who are these 10 close friends, right? That is what I would like to know. It's actually pretty interesting, right? Let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Of course, you know, we all know LBJ as the guy who's famous, really, for putting the Rolex president. That's right, the date on the map. Of course, this is let's get a picture of this. Here we go. That's JFK, not JFK. This is LBJ. Here he is wearing the Rolex date president in yellow gold. Of course, this was a gift from Rolex, and no other president is as closely associated with watches, really, as LBJ. When you think about it, I mean, he was the guy that he made the Rolex date. The Rolex, he put the president in the Rolex president. If you think about it, right? And of course, he then becomes president once JFK is assassinated. Now, here's what I'm thinking, right? He's giving out these watches as gifts. Obviously, you know, one of the master politicians, LBJ, really one of the greatest political geniuses of the last 100 years. Maybe, I mean, there were books written about him. I think was it Robert Caro, I think was the guy. I think he's still writing the biography of LBJ. I mean, it was the Master of the Senate, I think the books were called, or something like that. incredible guy, right? I mean, he really knew how to really pull the levers of power, how to exercise power. And I'm thinking like this, right? I'm thinking a guy who's that Machiavellian. He'd be giving out those watches, right, to again close contacts, people who could get, he can get favors from later on. What if some of those were in fact given to people who were part of the JFK assassination, right? Maybe he gave them out sort of to people that he could call on favors from later on. Maybe they were standing by the grassy knoll wearing this Patek Philippe watch. I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory. But you never know. You really never know. These things are all unbelievable and possibly true. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. Here we are with, again, this interesting watch. The estimate is 54,000 to 109,000. Well, basically 50,000 Swiss francs to 50 to 100,000 Swiss francs plus premium, which is, I think, what are they? Are they 25% plus? Yeah, so this could be a lot to watch. This is lot 48. Again, this is the Patek Philippe reference 2526. I think the last time one of these surfaced was about 25 years ago. Again, they only made 10 of these. So this is the Tiffany dial given, I mean, especially ordered by Lyndon B Johnson, LBJ, to give out as gifts to very close friends. Now, what is that? Is that some sort of Illuminati inscription over there? We don't know. We don't know. Maybe some sort of code for the assassination of JFK. We don't know. By the way, this is a pretty nice bracelet, much nicer than the new Ellipse bracelet. That's something that we discussed earlier. Yeah, this is really, really, really incredible. Now, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think of this watch? By the way, if you're watching this channel, make sure to click the like and subscribe button. That's right. You want to subscribe to the channel and also get a free weekly newsletter. And here is kind of a quick snapshot. What do you get with our free weekly newsletter? Well, you get watch market news. You get latest prices on vintage and modern Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, other top brands. It is really the newsletter that, again, it comes free in your email box. Click the link in the video description below to get this coming to you for free every week in your email box, and you'll have all the insider information. You'll have the information that the watch dealers, the gray market, that they don't want you to know about. That's right. They're afraid you're going to find out this powerful information. It is really unbelievable, but true. So yeah, make sure you get our free weekly newsletter. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the assassins, and most likely there was more than one assassin, right? They're saying that there was a guy at the grassy knoll. There was somebody that came out of a sewer. Actually, they're saying there were 3 shots fired. There were 3 shots basically that hit him. One from the back. Again, you could check out the Oliver Stone documentary on this. I think that was actually pretty. I mean, the evidence that he came up with in that documentary was, I think, pretty compelling. I don't remember all the details, but it was. I mean, it was pretty in depth, right? It was actually something that is quite fascinating. And still, look at this. This is, what are we? 60 years later, the truth still has not come out. Yeah, I think this watch this watch could be at the center of that conspiracy. Perhaps this was ordered by the CIA. All right, maybe the CIA tied in with Patek Philippe in Geneva, the KGB, Castro. I mean, there's a lot of paths that we could go down. But otherwise, it's a pretty interesting watch. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the inscription there. It's a little bit, I guess I like a cleaner dial. Without the inscription, I think it would be incredible. But we do have it. Let's see, how is it? Oh, it's raised. Yeah, you see that? It's kind of raised. Yeah, it's kind of raised in gold. Yeah, look at that. You get a nice Patek logo on the crown. Interesting. Now, he apparently this is a thing that they have in with the Freemasons, and LBJ became a Mason in 1937, right? Were the Masons involved with the JFK's assassination? I don't know. What do you guys think? The truth is out there. The truth is out there. The truth is out there. And we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to get to the bottom of this. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Again, make sure you get a free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below and subscribe to the channel. That's right. Subscribe to the channel. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to also include here a clip of the original video review of the watch in our auction review on our channel, which we have some commentary from the Red Baron as well. So anyway, again, this is owned by, well, I shouldn't say owned by, this was given by as a gift. This was a gift from Lyndon B Johnson. So technically, again, no other president is as, associated with watches as LBJ. There he is, wearing the gold Rolex day-date, the president. That's the guy. That is the guy. I mean, there's no other. Again, this must have been a real serious. He was probably a real serious watch guy at heart. He was probably the real horologist, right? The Rolex president, which is, again, I hate using the word iconic, but that's the guy that made this the iconic watch, because again, he was the most powerful man in the world at that time, wearing this watch very publicly, well photographed, and that's what made this watch a superstar, right? But interestingly enough, the watches he gave as gifts were Pateks. Of course, he got the Rolex for free, but the watches that he gave out as gifts were Pateks. Why? Well, I think probably because he knew that Patek was the superior brand. Look, let's face it. Patek is the real watch for the connoisseur. Rolex really is kind of like the beater watch, right? It's kind of like, the daily beater. The Patek is special. The Patek Philippe is a special watch. You don't have too many riffraff wearing Patek Philippe dress watches. The hoi polloi, the peasants, they wear like the Nautilus, the Aquanaut. The Patek Aquanaut is the watch worn by the hoi polloi, the unwashed masses, the nouveau riche, trying to have some of the glory of Patek Philippe rub off on them. Of course, no serious aristocrat would be caught dead wearing, such peasant trash like the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. That is pure garbage, made for the hoi polloi. The Nautilus, obviously a step above. That was obviously the original watch. Slightly dated these days. They really should have stopped production, in my opinion, 25 years ago. In the 90s, easily in the 90s, they should have stopped production. because, you know, look, it's a kind of a kitschy design by Gerald Genta, perfect for the 1970s. But, you know, today it's a very dated look. I think, again, I've made this comment before. You know, Gerald Genta designed the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak today still looks classic. It's a classic, whereas the Nautilus looks kitschy. You know, it just has you know, it's like a window on a boat. I mean, whatever, with gaskets. It's a little bit goofy. It's a little bit kitschy, right? Of course, he also did another watch called the Yacht Club for IWC, using a very similar design. But I would say between the three of them, my order of preference would be the Royal Oak, the Yacht Club second, and then the Nautilus. The Yacht Club actually is probably pretty reasonably priced. You could probably get one relatively cheap. Anyway, let me know what you tomato cans think. Leave your nasty, vicious comments below. Make sure you, again, you get our free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below to get the newsletter for free in your email box. And please subscribe to the channel so you can become an aristocrat. Do it for yourself. What the hell is this? I tried this. What makes this watch interesting? What does it say here? Golden rule: do unto others as you would have. And it's got a Tiffany stamp. It doesn't say Patek. Doesn't say Patek. Just a Tiffany stamp. Wow, look at this beautiful rotor inside. Okay, nice bracelet. I think this bracelet is much better than the new one they just made for that Ellipse. So what is this? These dolls were most likely all ordered by then U.S. Senator Lyndon B Johnson in the 1950s. LBJ. Wait. This is some irony. Wait, LBJ ordered this is LBJ's watch. But I mean, basically, he ordered these watches to be gifted to friends and advisors. LBJ was in fact initiated to the Masonry in 1937, which was where he became familiar with the Golden Rule. He doesn't appear to have been very active at all. Okay, I don't know. I don't think LBJ is known for, I mean, the Golden Rule. I mean, LBJ, probably one of the nastiest human beings to be in the presidency. I mean, LBJ allegedly had JFK killed. I mean, amongst other things. And that's not even his worst act. LBJ ordered 10 of these watches. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. He ordered 10 Patek Philippe's to give out as gifts when he was a senator. I mean, that's like, how much would that, I mean, like, okay, let's just say in today's money, how much, this is like, we're talking about like, you know, I mean, obviously the dollar amount was less back then, but even today, how much would this be in today's dollars? At least, I would think at least 50 grand, at least 50 grand. So this guy spent 500 grand. Where did he get that money? I mean, this guy was not rich. I mean, not legitimate. Like, he wasn't like he had an independent source of income as a senator. So where would the guy get 500 grand in today's money? Contributors? I don't know. This is crazy though. But LBJ, you know, LBJ was known as probably, you know, what did they call it? I think they called him Master of the Senate. I mean, he was an incredible politician. I mean, a very nasty guy, but he knew how to exercise power, how to manipulate people. And there was, I mean, there's a whole, I mean, there's a guy, what is this, Moses Caro? I think there's some guy who's been writing a biography of LBJ for the last like 50 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, LBJ. Oh, hey, oh shit, we should have. Okay, there we go. Okay. The panel is open. The panel is open. The panel is open for the aristocrats, for Baron and any other aristocrats want to hop on. Yeah, LBJ basically, you know, he was, from what I know, he was basically born, you know, the usual in a dusty town in Texas, you know, the American dream. And how you know, this is some gift to be giving out 10 Patek Philippe's. I'm not aware of any other U.S. politician who gave out Patek Philippe's, even the Kennedys. I mean, and the Kennedys were rich, right? Interesting. And yeah, and why? I mean, and why did he choose? Why did he choose Patek Philippe? Right? Kind of shocking. I mean, really surprising. I mean, that's. I mean, today Patek Philippe is considered a sophisticated watch. How would he have known about? I mean, like. By the way, he wasn't. He was that guy. Actually, was pretty young when he was became president. Hold on a second. Let me look this up. LBJ, Lyndon B Johnson. He must have been. He looked really old when he died. He died at 64. So he wait. So he was born in 1908 in Stonewall, Texas. 1908. 1908. He was like what? So, and this was 50. So he was like 48 years old. He was like a 48-year-old guy, basically. It was a heavy duties. Baron, welcome aboard.
Hey. All right. So
what do you think of this LBJ watch?
Yeah, earlier, didn't you say that this was it's like his Mason watch? I mean, like in terms of for Freemasons, right? Did I hear you correctly?
No, he gave out 10 of these watches. He ordered this dial that says, do unto others as they would have do unto you. Apparently that's like a masonry thing. I think it's from the Bible, but I mean, it's not a masonry. It's really a biblical thing that's like, thousands. I mean, goes back pre-Jesus. Okay. And so, but he was a Mason. Apparently, that's what they're saying, and it's a big masonry thing. This expression, and he ordered 10 of these watches to give out to friends and advisors. That's a big move. As a senator, where the hell does he get that money?
It probably just
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. No, but I think this was like kind of maybe like before that stuff started to happen in government.
No, I think. Well, listen. There was always the corruption goes back to to ancient history. It's not a new thing. But still, that's a big thing. I mean, no, it's very surprising that this guy. I mean, I would have thought he would have gone for a Rolex. Did they make a date? When did the date come out? It's interesting. He chose to give Pateks.
Yeah. Okay, so
no, I mean,
but the big question is, right? In 1956, what was the status of Rolex, right? Because my understanding is like back
minor,
in the beginning of Rolex.
Minor.
Yeah, because what I heard was the status of Rolex back when they first started. It was something like even into like I think like the 20s and 30s. It was like it's the watch you got when you couldn't get an Omega.
Yeah, no. It's interesting. Yeah, a Rolex was basically like lower than Omega up until the 60s, and then it started, and they were kind of probably neck and neck. I mean, again, this is before my time. I can't tell you what it was like, but it was not. I mean, Omega was kind of more of that sporty whatever. I mean, again, people were not into watches. Like, I mean, that there wasn't even a thing then. So, but now it's fascinating. Okay, let's.
But my understanding of Patek was that Patek was always Patek. It always had that kind of like that was the prestige. So that totally makes sense why he ordered the Pateks.
I actually, it's hard. Listen, here's the thing. Back in the 60s, 50s, there were other brands that were just as big. You had what is it? Vacheron. Universal Genève was very big. You had I mean, there was a bunch of, but no. It's interesting. We don't know. It's just interesting that this guy had a custom dial. And by the way, what's kind of ironic? Patek is for whatever reason, Patek's custom orders, custom dials are always very attractive for dictators and despots. Like Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, what's his name? Al-Assad in Syria. And LBJ would have been that type of guy if he was in the Middle East. He was basically an American despot. I mean, kind of with a veneer of democracy or whatever. I mean, he was a very interesting, very interesting guy, very very dark guy. So John, Baron John, that's right. Yeah, what's interesting? LBJ. We got to do something about LBJ. Actually, is he's actually the guy who made. He was a real watch fan. Apparently, look at this. He's the guy known for making the day date famous. That's what they call the president. He ordered 10 Pateks. What are the president is as associated with watches? I can't think of any. I mean, literally. I mean, this is the most unusual guy that you would. That's like the last guy that you would think of. LBJ. That he was a guy that basically he was a watch guy. You have to be a watch guy to order 10 Pateks, gold Pateks with a custom dial like this.
Yeah,
no, it's just crazy.
Or you order it to I guess so you get 10 of them because you're going to give it out to I guess people that are really important to you. And then so that's 1956. He doesn't become president until 1963. So he's already in 56. He's like, he's greasing the skids to move up.
Oh yeah, no, but first he became vice president, but no, yeah. I mean, listen, you're being very cynical. You're very cynical. You don't think that LBJ thought of that? Like, hey, let's what's even crazier? What's even crazier? What's even darker? I mean, to be even more cynical, I should say. He gives this out as a gift to a guy, right? Let's say he's giving it to. I mean, he's not giving it to some schmuck, right? He's giving it basically to heavy hitters, right? Either people who can donate a lot of money, ultra powerful people. I mean, he's not doing this for nothing, right? That's big money. So you give it to a guy, right? I give you this watch, and you're wearing this watch because again, you're at the country club, whatever, in Dallas, and you want to tell, hey, the senator gave me this watch, and you're looking at the dial, and what does it say? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like, hey, I would love for somebody to give me like, a couple $1 million, or whatever, or to vote in my favor for this, So it's very clever. I mean, it's a very, very clever thing. The expression to give it to like, real ultra heavy hitters. I mean, you have to have gotten that watch, like the Pope, I forget which one it was, but the Pope also gave out like, Patek Calatravas, much nicer. I mean, better, with a purple dial. I think we showed him, and I don't know how many they made. I think he gave him to. I'm not sure who they gave him to. They gave him to whoever, the Vatican, important people for the Vatican, and it was just a plain dial. Didn't say any expression, but I think LBJ is a lot more important than the Pope. I mean, like he can do a lot more for you. Unless you believe in the afterlife or something, or you have religious reasons to believe the Pope.
I don't know.
In the real world,
Yeah, no, but the Pope also has a lot of power as well. Well, I don't know how much power the Pope has, but the Vatican.
No, LBJ is the most powerful man in the world. I mean, in the 1950s, even as a senator, he was extremely powerful. I mean, you're talking about like in the 1950s. LBJ as a senator was super powerful guy then. He was probably this is post World War II. The world is in shambles. America is the only dominant power. I mean, again, there was just one superpower in the 1950s. It wasn't the U.S. and Russia. I mean, it was basically the U.S. The Soviet Union was just trying. They were just And I don't think they even had, did they have the bomb? But they were just getting to it. They were just, they were like still, people were scared, but they, they were they were really a joke. America was the most powerful. I mean, for sure, the richest country. Like, Europe was broke and busted. Japan, China, the whole Asia was busted. I mean, that's it. That's it. So this guy was probably one of the three most powerful men in the world, LBJ.